Hi, my name is Maria, and thank you for joining us today. So today I'm going to show you how to make Vietnamese spring rolls, and they are not difficult to make, but they are a little bit of a prep that you have to do, and you have to buy a few specialty items for this. And so, of course, the main specialty item is the spring roll itself. It's made out of rice, and this is what you're going to roll your spring roll with. And you'll be filling it, and I'll show you how to fill it. But before you do that, you're going to have to soften it. And the way you soften it is you have like a big bowl with some warm water, and then you're going to put that in there, and then that'll soften it up. And then you'll take that out. You'll put it on. You can put it on different surfaces. A lot of people use cutting boards. I have a cutting board here, but I'm actually just using it as for my dishcloth. And my dishcloth is a damp dishcloth, and that's supposed to help you maneuver your spring roll skin better. And I think it does work pretty well. And then one of the main ingredients for spring rolls is the rice noodles. So these are, there are many different brands that you can get for these, and they are actually super easy to make. And so depending on the brand, I would read the instructions of how you want to cook them. But for this particular brand, all I did is I soaked the rice noodles in hot water for about 10 minutes, and that was it. And then you drain it, you rinse it, and then you get these noodles here that you're going to be putting in your spring roll. And so, and they're pretty tasty. So one of the main ingredients also for spring rolls is I'm going to have some shrimp. We have different herbs, so we have some mint, and then we have some cilantro that I've cooked or chopped up here. And the lettuce that we're going to use is a butter lettuce. And the butter lettuce, the reason why butter lettuce works really well is because it's nice and soft, and because it's nice and malleable, you're going to like fill it up with some of the ingredients, and then you'll be rolling it inside the spring roll. One thing you want to do is maybe just take off some of the part of the lettuce leaf that is going to kind of stick out, because you don't want it to stick out and then kind of break your spring roll wrapper. And here I have some of the veggies that I'm going to put in. And so they are cucumber and carrots. All of these are carrots, cucumber, and then some bean sprouts. And I marinated these with some rice vinegar in water and a little bit of sugar in the refrigerator for about an hour or so, just to give it a little flavor. You don't have to do that. But what you do have to do is you need to chop them up like they are like matchsticks, because you want them to fit pretty well in the spring roll, and you don't want it to hurt the skin of the spring roll. So before I start assembling all of this, I am actually going to make a peanut sauce that you can have to dip into your spring roll. And so this is peanut butter, and I bought the creamy kind, and I am just going to make it in this bowl here. So I'm going to put like 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, and what you want is a little bit of ginger. So this is some crushed ginger that I have. So I'm going to put that in there, and maybe like half a tablespoon. And then I'm going to put in some lime juice. I'm putting that in there. And it said a tablespoon, but I just put more than that. I just realized. I'm going to stir that up, and then in your peanut butter, you are going to put 2 tablespoons, actually 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. And Actually, I'm going to put one more tablespoon of peanut butter in there. So 2 tablespoons, no, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. And stir that in there. And you want the sauce to be a little thin. And then 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And so this is like a cup of peanut butter that you're using. And there's 1 tablespoon of your soy sauce. And then one of the real important ingredients that you're going to use in Vietnamese cooking is fish sauce. And fish sauce is made from fermented fish that is kind of a specialty item that you can find. I found all of this at the grocery store. So you can find fish sauce there too. And I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of fish sauce in here. And that is actually really great with a lot of recipes, the fish sauce. And we're going to use like a teaspoon of sesame oil. That's what that is. Oh, and I already used the soy sauce. And for some reason it asked for a tablespoon of maple syrup. It seems like a lot to me. But actually, yeah, just 1 tablespoon. Maybe I'll put a little bit less than that of maple syrup. And they say if you don't have maple syrup, then you can use brown sugar. And so this is the peanut sauce that is stirring up. And if you want it to be a little thinner, you can put a little bit of water in there. I'm going to do that. But you don't want it too thick because it's more of a dipping sauce. And there are a lot of different types of dipping sauces that you would use for spring rolls. And one is like a hoisin sauce with just some water, watered down. That's a sauce. And then another sauce is where you're using like Thai red chilies with the fish sauce. And I'm sure you've seen those in some of the restaurants where you can get your spring rolls. So this is pretty much mixed. And then I'm just going to decorate it with some sesame seeds on top. Now, if you don't have sesame seeds, but let's say you have some chopped up peanuts, that's a real popular thing to put on your sauce for your spring roll. So there's your sauce. And then these are all your different ingredients for that recipe. And then now I got my dishcloth a little dirty here, so I'm just gonna pull it back a little. And so this water is actually warm, and so I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling the spring roll. And you don't want to leave your spring roll skin in there too long, but you want it so that it's pliable. So you don't want it when it's too stiff still, because you're going to be filling it and rolling it. And this still feels a little too stiff to me. But now it's feeling pretty good. So you're going to take that out and you're going to put it on your damp towel. And it's pretty sticky. And now what you're going to do is you're going to get your lettuce. You might make it a little bit smaller on one side here. And then I am going to go ahead and fill this up with some of the marinated veggies. So we've got our bean sprouts, and we've got our cucumber and carrots. And I'm going to throw in some cilantro on top of that and some mint. A little bit of mint in there. And the mint smells really good. And one thing, because the mint's actually kind of pretty, we're going to use that in a second here on the other side of your spring roll. So here's the other end, and this is the first end right here. I'm going to show you, we've got some cooked shrimp here, and it's cold. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the tail off of it. And then I am going to cut the shrimp in half this way, lengthwise. And so, and I'm actually going to put it down so that the pretty side is facing the bottom part of the wrapper. And I'm going to put some mint here. I'm going to put some mint right over here. And grab another piece of mint. Now one thing you can also do, and I think I'm going to go ahead and try that now, is you can put a little fish sauce on top of your veggies over here. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of fish sauce on there. Not a lot. And so now, oh, the most important thing, the rice noodles. So we need our rice noodles, and I'm going to put them right up here on top of the lettuce. I might be overfilling this one, but we'll find out when I fill it how big I've made it, and then we'll see. Don't be afraid of the wrapper, so I'm just going to roll it kind of tight, and then you're going to kind of bring in the ends here. I'm going to stuff these noodles somewhere else. And it's like you're rolling up a little burrito. And there is your spring roll. And you can see with the shrimp, it actually looks really pretty with the mint right next to it like that. So that's why you have your pretty, what you want to like present over here with the shrimp and then the mint on this side, and then on this side is sort of the filling. So here is your spring roll. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half so you can kind of see what it looks like inside. And I might have put a little too many noodles in there, but that's okay. And then you can see the shrimp, you see the carrots, the cucumbers, the bean sprouts, and the mint, and cilantro in there. And so that is how you roll up your spring roll. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learn how to make spring rolls at home. Give it a shot. They are something kind of fun to do, but most importantly, they are super healthy. And Vietnamese food is really a healthy diet that you could start putting and incorporating into your diet. There's a lot of similarities between Mexican food and Vietnamese food. We use a lot of the same ingredients, like cilantro and limes and jalapenos. Vietnamese food, you never feel guilty. I never feel guilty when I eat it. Neither does Thad. He's shaking his head. He doesn't feel guilty. But it is so delicious, and it's so much fun to eat. And so I hope you give spring rolls a chance and try to do it at home and have fun with your spring rolls. Okay? Thank you so much for joining us today and have a great day. Are we still on? Oh, okay.